There is so much death in The Walking Dead that I could probably go on for hours, but I won't waste that much of your time. My name is Anthony, and these are the top 10 saddest deaths in The Walking Dead history. Number 10. Tyrese Williams. Tyrese was Rick's right-hand man. He's a strong-willed and devoting father, and a protecting leader of his fellow survivors. He is often conflicted with the leader Rick Grimes on his leadership and stability, but nevertheless, he remains loyal to him. A role model to his fellow survivors, particularly Rick's son. Tyrese is a strong and able-bodied fighter, who favors a hammer as opposed to firearms. Tyrese was injured and later died in a car. The group buried him and gave a few words about him. Number 9. Andrea. Andrea was a hell of a fighter. She has the most kills out of any character. While becoming the group's primary sharpshooter, her grief brings her closer to group leader Rick, with whom she becomes romantically involved with, thereafter also becoming a surrogate mother to Carl, who begins calling her mom. She is currently one of the longest living characters, and the way that she died was awful. I personally loved Andrea, but then Milton was murdered and turned into a walker, so at that point, it was already way too late. Number 8. Dale. Dale was patrolling the grounds and stumbled upon a cow that had died. After hearing something behind him, Dale turns around to see the same walker that Carl had seen earlier. It attacks him, and although he was able to prevent himself from being bitten, the walker rips open Dale's stomach. The sad part about his death is that he was fighting to stay alive. He seemed like he really wasn't ready to go. Number 7. Beth. Her death was the saddest in the show. Beth was trapped in a hospital that was run by doctors and police officers. The group aimed for a peaceful conclusion. Spare Beth, Carol, and everyone. No deaths were necessary. As they were leaving, Beth had talked to the police officers that were rude and were hurting others for enjoyment. She stabbed a Dawn, and she immediately fired a shot into her head, killing her. Daryl, like the badass he is, shoots the cop dead, and both the groups raised weapons at each other. But the officers immediately stood down, and the group left with Beth in their arms. Number 6. Merle. The first time I saw Merle in the show, I despised him for being a selfish, racist dick. When he came back in the 3rd season, I began to see more of a good side to him. When he died, not only was I shocked, but I was sad to see a character I hated so much to go like that. What really makes the scene emotional is the way that Daryl just kicks him away when he sees him as a walker. Number 5. Lori. Lori was pregnant and giving birth while she was in the jail where the group was living. She had let herself die so that Judith could live, and Carl had put a bullet in her head. No 8-year-old should have to kill his mother. It just shows that they're in a completely different world, with way different rules. This death was the saddest death in season 3. Number 4. Abraham. Negan. In the premiere of Season 7, the group was captured by a new group led by Negan. In Season 6, both groups met and Daryl and Abraham killed a lot of them. As they were captured, Negan had all of the hostages, and wanted to show them a lesson when you do them wrong. Negan struck Abraham with his bat, and as he got back up, he said, "Suck my balls." And boy oh boy, Negan wasn't happy about that. Abraham was a strong fighter, and he will always be remembered. Number 3. Herschel. Herschel was the most well-minded, kindest person to be on the show. Beside him keeping his dead friends and family in a locked barn, he's a pretty cool guy. Herschel was captured by the governor and used as a hostage when they swarmed the jail where the group was staying. Herschel was begging for peace, and so was Rick. But they brought a tank, and I'm pretty sure they weren't thinking about peace. As they were talking, the governor got tired of it, and he wound up cutting Herschel's head off with Michonne's sword. Why do the good people always have to die first? Number 2. Sophia. Rick and Sophia got separated from the group due to the walkers. Rick told her to hide while he ran and got the walkers' attention. Later on, when Shane and Andrea opened Herschel's barn full of walkers, they killed everyone, and when they thought it was over, out came little Sophia as a walker. Sophia was Carol's daughter, and when she realized that her daughter died, she fell to the ground immediately. As the leader of the group, Rick shot her and the mystery was solved. And coming in at the number 1 spot, Glenn. Another main character killed by Negan. I cannot wait for this son of a bitch to get fucking killed. Shortly after Abraham's death, Negan decided to kill Glenn, and as he hit him with the bat, Glenn looked over to his wife Maggie and said, "Maggie, I'll find you." Glenn's been here since season 1, when he helped Rick escape the walkers in the city. It was truly such a sad death for such an amazing character. And those were the top 10 saddest deaths in The Walking Dead history. What are your thoughts? Tell us in the comments below. And if you want Negan to die as much as I do, leave a like and subscribe for more Walking Dead content.